Hello and welcome to Glenview, Illinois. Today we are going to be taking a ride on Amtrak's Hiawatha service from here down to Chicago's Union Station. First built back in the 1950s and rebuilt in 1995, Glenview Station is one of two rail stations in the Glenview area, with the second being Glenview North. Both stations see services from Metra's Milwaukee District North Line, but Glenview is the only Amtrak station in the area, serving Hiawatha and Empire Builder services to and from Chicago. The station building is small but rather nice for a suburban rail station. The brick walls, arched doorways, and wood finish gives the waiting room a quaint and welcoming atmosphere. Facilities are limited, but do include a full-service ticketing desk, a couple of bathrooms, and plenty of space to sit and wait for your train. Heading through the double doors brings us out onto the platforms. Glenview only has two platforms, both of which are at ground level. The northbound platform is the closest to the station building and is labeled as Platform 1, with at-grade crossings to reach the southbound Platform 2. The relative calm of the Glenview suburb is soon broken by the arrival of southbound Metra train number 2608. As Chicago's commuter rail operator, Metra is the main service provider to Glenview and many smaller communities around the Chicago area. Glenview sees a total of 52 trains on weekdays, with 26 in each direction, well over Amtrak's 7 Hiawatha and single Empire Builder daily services. We actually rode up to Glenview on the Milwaukee District line, so if you missed that video, be sure to check it out. Link will be in the description or at the end of the video. As Metra 2608 carries on towards Chicago, we can head across the tracks to Platform 2. Platform 2 doesn't feature a snazzy building like its northbound counterpart, but there are a couple of waiting shelters, so at least passengers aren't exposed to all of the elements, just some of them. We don't have to wait long before the crossing bells ring out and our train Hiawatha number 334 pulls in, headed by Siemens SC44 Charger number 4604. The train comes to a stop and we can climb aboard. Heading up the train, we reach an empty row and can get seated. Before I even have time to put my stuff down, our train departs out of Glenview, beginning the quick 30-minute ride back down to Chicago. As we make our way out of Glenview, let's take a quick look at our route for today. Our journey will take us 17.5 miles down Metra's Milwaukee District North Line. We'll start out heading south out of Glenview, riding down the straight shot towards North Avenue, cruising past Morton Grove, Forest Glen, and Jefferson Park as we go. The tracks curve east, heading past Metra's Grand Avenue Yard, turning south a few miles later to run along the west bank of the Chicago River before arriving into Chicago's Union Station. Our consist today is made up of Horizon coaches, one of the lesser used coaches on Amtrak's roster, but seating is pretty much identical to that in the rest of Amtrak's intercity passenger fleet. There's about 8 inches between my knees and the seat in front, with space beneath the seat to stretch out. The seat back pocket is fairly large and holds the safety information card for our Amtrak Horizon coach. The tray table folds down from the seat back, translating back and forth to the user's liking, although the mechanism can get a bit stuck at times. Above each row are 2 lights controlled by the buttons in between. Outlets for each row are located on the wall just below the window, both of which were working well. Seat adjustments are made using the button on the far side of each seat, reclining the seat back another 20 to 25 degrees. Overall, the interiors aren't anything to write home about and honestly feel more cramped than the Am fleets despite their square bodies. I'm not sure what the cause of it is, maybe the low-hanging luggage racks or the dim lighting, but it's no matter as these coaches will soon be replaced by Amtrak Siemens Venture coaches and perhaps even the recently announced Amtrak AIRO train sets. Officially announced by Amtrak on Thursday, December 15th, the new Siemens train sets will go into service on the Northeast Corridor and its surrounding routes, plus Amtrak Cascades. The new train sets are gorgeous with their ALC-42 inspired liveries with a splash of light blue thrown across the car bodies. The new sets, consisting of Siemens Charger locomotives with Venture coaches in tow, will replace the aging fleet of Amfleet and Horizon coaches across the network. With modern spacious interiors, the new trains will be a welcome change from the decades of overused rolling stock. The sets will come in a variety of power configurations with bimodal and diesel trains for use along multiple routes throughout the US. Within the bi-mode, some trains will be diesel-electric with pantographs for use on the Northeast Regional and other routes which share track with the Northeast Corridor. Diesel battery power will be used for trains running along the Empire Corridor north of New York City. Although the Hiawatha was not explicitly stated in the initial reveal, it would be a great fit for Amtrak's AIRO train sets, as it fits the similar corridor scheme to those like the Virginia Services, Empire Service, and especially the Downeaster. Hopefully we'll see Amtrak AIRO sets out on the Hiawatha sometime in the future, but only time will tell. Continuing on south, our train picks up speed, eventually reaching the maximum track speed of 79 miles per hour. Bathrooms are located towards the end of each car, with one regular and one accessible. At a first glance, the bathroom really isn't great, appearing more like a porta-potty than an inner-city rail coach, although if you think about it, all train bathrooms are porta-potties. Anyways, the sink works, although certainly not well, and the soap was only half full. No paper towels are included, with Amtrak instead opting for an air dryer. The toilet paper was well stocked, and the two 120-volt outlets seem to be working well. My gripes with this bathroom arise from the rather sketchy toilet, which appears to be a hole cut in some sheet metal with a seat bolted to the top. The upper surface has been scratched into oblivion from decades of use, and there's no doubt that it's absolutely filthy, and it doesn't take much imagination to figure out why, which is really disgusting. Stepping back out into the fresh air, we can make our way towards the cafe car at the rear of the train. The car is bustling with plenty of people enjoying the ride, but there's one thing that they're notably not doing is enjoying a snack or drink, the reason for which becomes apparent almost immediately. Approaching the cafe counter reveals that it's entirely empty, and not like unmanned or understocked empty, like there's literally nothing out. All the counters have been wiped clean, the coffee pot put away, and the ovens and freezers turned off, as if Amtrak decided to close up shop on a midday train. From what I can find, it looks like cafe services were discontinued on the Hiawatha a number of years ago, with Amtrak providing a snack cart instead. The snack cart service was soon rescinded, and with no replacement, the Hiawatha has been without a cafe for many years, although it's strange that the cafe car is still included in the consist. As we continue on our ride down south, let's take a look at some stats about our train. Taking us down to Chicago this afternoon is Amtrak Hiawatha number 334, and is powered by two Siemens SC44 Chargers, with 4606 leading, with 4627 bringing up the rear. Each SC44 Charger is powered by a Cummins 16-cylinder QSK95 engine, producing 4,400 horsepower, hence the 44 in the name. SC44s are rated for a top speed of 125 miles per hour, but track speeds limit trains to an operational speed of 79 miles per hour on the Hiawatha line. Our consist today includes 3 Horizon passenger coaches with 1 Amfleet cafe car at the rear of the train. Horizon coaches were built by Bombardier in the 1980s under the Comet family of coaches. Each Horizon coach features a maximum capacity of between 76 and 82 passengers depending on the configuration. The Horizon Cafe car could sit anywhere between 32 to 48 passengers at tables, with the option to swap some tables out for a business class section with 19 seats. Approaching Chicago, we pass many freight trains and intermodal terminals. As an industrial hub connecting east and west, the greater Chicago area serves 20 freight terminals from numerous railroads, including BNSF, Canadian National, CSX, Norfolk Southern, and Union Pacific. The Chicago Skyline soon begins to peek out above the horizon, the Willis Tower standing out like a redwood among oaks. The final mile brings us around one of the tightest curves in downtown Chicago, crossing Clinton and Canal streets before ducking into the tunnels below downtown. The curve provides a great vantage point of the front and rear of our train in the final minutes on board. The lights of Union Station break the darkness below Chicago, and our train rolls to a stop, having completed its 90-minute trek south from Milwaukee. Grabbing our belongings, we can get up and disembark into Chicago's Union Station. As we make our way into the North Concourse, it's time to bring today's video to a close. Next week we'll be back in the UK for a first-class ride on one of LNER's beautiful Azumas from London King's Cross to Peterborough. If you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. There's a lot more incredible content on the way, so be sure to stick around if you want to see more. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for riding with me, and I'll see you in the next one.